What's up, guys? It's Austin Ledworthy, and today we're going to go over the good, bad, and ugly of the SIG Sauer Spear LT chambered in 5.56. Stay tuned. Alright guys, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome in. I do a 200 round initial review on all firearms on the channel. I've already done one for the Spear LT. Then, if it's a pistol, I usually go to 1,000 rounds. If it's a rifle, I try to go to 1,500. So, I'm just over 1,550 rounds. I'm like 1,580 or whatever, almost 1,600. So I thought it was time to do a review on this. I call the later review the good, bad, and the ugly. The good meaning great reviews. Bad meaning it's noteworthy, it's not a deal breaker, but whatever. And the ugly is things that I just absolutely hate. So let's get into it. I'll start with the ugly. The MCX is a modular design, so you can change out the handguard length, the barrel caliber along with the length on it, and so you can SBR or pistol conversion or whatever you want, 11.5 inch, 16 inch, just whatever you want. How that's pinned together is a bolt here and a bolt here on the other side. That holds the handguard, which is the rigidity for anything you put on here, a light, a PEC 15, a foregrip, anything like that. That's the rigidity of it. And it's held with 2 torque screws that are made of baby shit. They strip almost immediately, and they're harder than woodpecker lips to get out. So I went on SIG's website, and I was like, hey, do you guys have screws? They said, no, we only carry the MCX original. So this is the Gen 3 version. The MCX original screws. Awesome. But they're like, you can go on Amazon and get them. I said, okay, cool. Well, they have silver or black. Okay. So you can get them, you can buy them from Amazon. So you won't have SIG parts anymore. Then you have to get them anodized or Cerakoted if you want the same color. But you won't get the same color because it's a proprietary FDE. So you're going to have mix match hardware, mix match colors on a $2,700 rifle. Makes no sense. And it's not like it's not made to take apart. This is the modular design. So it's exactly made to take apart. Oh, I hate that. Moving on. The muzzle device. It's a QD for SIG suppressors. That is awesome if you have a SIG suppressor. I don't know anybody that does because there's way better options on the market. Trying to remove this is excruciating. I've heard people bend their barrels, get that out of spec, horror stories. On a $2,700 rifle, I'm not risking a fucking thing getting it out of spec or anything. Just not going to do it. So that forces you to buy SIG. Like I said, there's better options. I hate that. All right, on to the ugly, or the bad, sorry. The stock. The stock isn't bad. It's decent. But with, this is the Tango MSR. It's the optic made for this rifle, apparently. With this, going into it, to chipmunk, to get a good cheek weld, I'm at the bottom 1/3 of the glass now. So to go up, and now I'm looking through the glass, if the covers weren't on, looking through the glass, I barely have any cheek weld at all. So I wish that was a little higher in my mind. This is the LT. I've seen the Spear Heavy, the 308 version. They actually put a buttstock on it, and it is fantastic. I'm gonna switch this out, but for $2,700, do I really have to switch something out that you put on a different model of the same line? I hate that. All right, a couple more things is this is the optic for this mount, this rifle. Yes, I put the cantilever on backwards. I was trying something in a different video. That'll be fixed tomorrow. So every time I go to charge this, I send this up. It's too low. The charging handle is almost like it's not made for this gun, if that makes sense. It's a good charging handle. It's ambidextrous. It's rigid, but it's very weird placement. I don't know. Then the trigger. The trigger is good for, it's clear. The trigger is good for what it is. It has a very crisp break. Very crisp break. And very nice reset. But it's not very tactile. So, with that being said, I'm not a big fan of it. It's their performance trigger, but it's not the best trigger. Daniel Defense is a world-class dealer in firearm technology. And they put Geisley triggers in their ARs because they're a great trigger for a great rifle. I don't know why SIG didn't do it. I guess they're just trying to boost themselves up and be like, oh, look at our triggers. But they fall short, comparatively speaking, to a Daniel Defense, which is similar cost. That's just noteworthy. And then the QD points. You have one in the buttstock and the one on the back of the receiver, or the frame, I guess, the lower. It's a cool placement, but if you want to fold this, your sling's all jacked, so it kind of takes away the modularity of the folding system, which I wish they would have put one right here on the backside and then somewhere up here. That would have made more sense to me because it's a better sling point, and you could do a 1-point sling back here if you want to, but 2 points within 7 inches of each other, it just didn't really make sense to me. But I digress. On to the good, which is there's a ton to say about this rifle that is good. The accuracy. I've shot with a 1-6, 505 yards consistently, like boom, 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 hitting steel, no problems. I didn't clean this gun. Like I said, I'm just about 1,600 rounds. I have cleaned this gun one time because it malfunctioned 3 times, and 2 of them were me trying to make it malfunction. So it is super nice. Even when the bolt starts going, and it's a piston system, so it keeps the rifle cleaner as is. But when it's starting to get a little gunked up and run a little slow, you can change the gas settings right here from over gas to under gas, just like that. So I was running it under gas until it got a little gunky, then I just overgassed it, and it ran like a champ. I love that. The 3 failures I had, 2 of them were me, were failure to extract, and then the 2 were failure to feed, because it's an over insertion of the magazine thing. Supposedly they're working on that. Brandon Herrera covered it in great depth. Basically, they don't have a mag stop in here, so if you shove the magazine really hard in there, you'll just blow through where the chamber, where the bolt's supposed to cycle to chamber the round. Yeah, that's not good. But I haven't done it unless I really tried. Like, if you're really trying to do it, you can do it easily. But like just putting a normal mag in and running it, I never had a problem. So that is a good, is you can overgas it to kind of work through some gunk. The piston keeps it really clean. And then the ambidextrous feature. I can release the bolt if I want from this finger, or I push up, I can catch the bolt. I love that. So if I'm reloading, I put a magazine in, I'm reaching for the handguard, I'm already back on target. That is stellar to me. Granted, for a $2,700 AR or AR platform, yeah, I know it's not an AR, but if you look at it, it's an AR. For that kind of money, you should have ambidextrous controls. If you don't, shame on you. But the fact it does, and it's just really nice, it's super crisp, and I don't know, I can reach it and I don't have the biggest of hands. I love that. And so with that being said, accuracy, the ability to overgas or undergas, the piston system that keeps it cleaner as is, the advanced trigger, even though it's not the best, is good. The ambidextrous controls, and then the modularity, if it works right, are huge factors. I'm not a bougie man by any means, but when I think of an AR, I think of this every time now. I have multiple ARs. I treat them like redheaded stepchildren, comparatively speaking, because I love, love, love this gun. I would highly recommend going and getting one, but get it in the configuration you want. Because if you want 11.5 inch and you're like, oh, I can get the 16, I'll just change it out. it is a nightmare. If you're like, hey, I want it without that SIG break, see if a gunsmith can do it, because I've only read more and more horror stories of people putting their barrels out of spec, and there's catastrophic malfunctions at the bolt face, or their barrel's bent, or all kinds of things. I can't justify doing that for a risk for a different muzzle device. I just can't do it. It's too much money. But that is the good, bad, and ugly. Thank you for joining us, and stay tuned for more videos. Happy Thanksgiving.